Welcome back to Grit Gym, not Grit Gym, on the road. We'll see how this goes, doing a little like podcast-esque thing on my way to work. But this is a really interesting time. The more people that I talk to, about half the people that I know are, gym owners, entrepreneurs, people that are basically going crazy right now, trying to do everything they can, working their asses off to try to save their businesses. And the other half are people that are just stuck at home and just bored out of their minds. So it's really quite the heavy polarity between the two in an interesting way right now. And the thing is, either one of those groups, one is so stressed out that they, your body doesn't differentiate between stress. So it can be a fight with your significant other, sickness, it can be a really hard plyometric, really hard workout. It can be a broken bone. The body doesn't differentiate between stress, right? So it doesn't really matter what kind of stress it is. You have to manage that stress. So you can't do a super hard workout when your body hasn't recovered fully from the other stressors in your life. And we all have stressors. It's just how it goes. Now, the workout might be a design stress, but it's still a stress. If you design that stress accurately, then during the recovery portion, the body responds and adapts to what the imposed stress was, and then you get all the good stuff that you actually came for, right? But so if you're one of those people that's just so damn bored that they just don't know what to do with themselves, well, for one, I can't have you come into Grit Gym, but we have plenty of jobs that could be done virtually at Grit Gym. You can give me a call and I'll put you to work. But you're gonna have to find ways to exert and burn off some steam, because what you might not realize is you're probably going to eat more than you normally would. You're probably going to sit more than you probably would. You're probably not going to get near as much activity, even though you weren't probably getting a ton of activity before, because this is just where we are in the state of America at this time. But if you're sitting less and you're eating more foods that are probably not exactly slow to digest, then you're going to get that. You're going to be in a place where you're going to add a little bit more fat than you normally would have, and you are going to just not feel as good on a daily basis. So I said this on a podcast or on a video the other day that I kind of hate saying this, because I'm not a huge keto person. I'm really not. I don't have a problem with keto. It's great for some people. It's terrible for others. It definitely has its place. It's not new. It's not some fad that just came about. It's been around for a really long time. But eating a little bit lower carbohydrate right now when you're not as active, and eating a little bit more high fat, high protein is probably going to be a good idea, just because from an emotional stability standpoint and from a nutritional standpoint of just maintaining some level of balance in the whole thing, because you're not going to burn off the carbs near as well as you would have before. But you need to really stay active. Nobody's going to be able to sit around and just enjoy their time just sitting all day long. We're active, mobile beasts and animals that want to move around and do stuff. So please do get up and go for 2 10-minute walks per day. That's going to do a world of good for your spine. Also, if you want to get signed up for Grit Gym for our virtual training, just give us a call. It's 319-855-7768. Also, anything that you guys can do to practice self-care, journaling, meditation. A lot of people think meditation is like a prayer. Meditation is about a quieting and about a focusing to the breath. So, and it can be anything. You can focus on anything, but just it's very different when you focus on your breath. It's like you're connecting with your body in a weird way. And a lot of the time, you come out of a meditation and you're almost like, man, I'm in this thing. Like, this is me. Like, I'm inside of this like crazy thing. So, doing 2 15-minute meditations in the morning and at night, there's going to be unintentional consequences to this isolation thing, and I think that we can all look at them and start thinking of some of the dark places that can come out of this. There's, if you go and do some searches online, domestic abuse is up, and you can see why, because you're just stuck at home all day long and you're drinking, and almost all assaults and all murders that happen in the world are from involve alcohol. So So we're really going to have to tackle this mental health thing and making sure that our mental stability is where we want it to be. And exercise is a huge part of that. I've said this for a long time, that like health has 4 cornerstones: mindset, exercise, nutrition, and recovery. You need all 4. And if you don't have all 4, you're driving with at least one flat tire on a car. I mean, like you want all 4 tires if you're really going to go anywhere good, or if you're really going to go anywhere at all. So if you're not taking this time, if you're super bored and you're not taking this time to work on, reading books that challenge and make you uncomfortable, or that challenge your mindset and make you uncomfortable, then what the hell are you doing? Like this is a great time. This is a time to put away all the excuses that you've never had, that you've always had for, I'll do it when the kids are out of the house. I'll do it when I have more time. I'll do it when I have more money. I'll do it when it's like, well, now's the time. Do it. Now's definitely the time. And a lot of the calls that we're getting on, and we're helping people out with our strategy sessions and that kind of stuff, what's kind of amazing is the number of people who just have, like, from our perspective, it's just, they just need a plan for their day to day. They're just, what am I going to do from day to day? Because really your job builds a lot of the structure into your life. Like me, I'm so damn busy right now. I put in anyway. But if you're used to having a job that created your structure, this is going to be a very tough time for you. So you have to create that structure for yourself. Because most people, they had a job that they had to be at by 8 a.m. So they knew they had to wake up at 6:30 to be able to do all the stuff that they needed to do before they got to work. And then from 8 to noon, they knew that they were at work. And then from noon to 1, they were on their lunch break. And then from 1 to 5, they were working again. And from 5 to 5:30, they were driving home. And from 5:30 to whenever is when they made supper. And then from supper to, they had their routine that they had down, and now you're without that. And this is going to be a very interesting time to see people respond to this thing where they just have tons of time, don't know what to do with it, unstructured, don't have a reason to wake up in the morning. And your circadian rhythm is an extremely important thing to your mental stability. Waking up at the same time every day and going to sleep at the same time every day. And really going to sleep is probably more important than when you wake up. Because if you go to sleep one night at 11 and you go to sleep the next night at 9, you go to sleep the next day at 1 a.m., you're all over the place. And for the most part, we all tend to wake up at the same time. But man, like, we go to sleep at all of these different times. If you're going to have an alarm to make yourself wake up in the morning, get an alarm to remind yourself to go to bed. I have an alarm that goes off on my phone every night at 10 p.m. It says, go to bed. Go to bed, 9 p.m. Or go to bed, 10 p.m. And usually that alarm's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I need to go brush my teeth, get ready, go to bed, But if you don't have that, you're going to go nuts. I know, because I've been there. Totally went nuts when I first started just having this, like, I could do whatever I want, whenever I wanted to. See, like I've never, like, outside of, after college, I never had a job like the rest of you guys. Like, I've never had a real job. I've just done this exercise thing with people this entire time, so it's totally different for me. But can you guys let me know in the comments if the video is okay and if the sound's okay? Because we're in the car right now, and I can kind of, if I'm on the highway, I can kind of do this pretty normally. I can do this daily, baby. But the more structure that you can build in the day, the better. And I'm going to do a video later today on some books that you can read to challenge mindset. I'm reading the Gulag Archipelago right now. I would say that is an extremely heavy book. I mean, heavy burden on my heart every day. Just like murders me, and it's scary as hell. But it's about this guy that he was one of Stalin in Russia. He was one of Stalin's generals back in the day, and he criticized Stalin, and Stalin threw him in the Gulag, which is like a Auschwitz, like prison, like a concentration camp kind of. And the guy wrote about his 8-year or 10-year experience there. I'm not all the way to the end. It's a 3-part series, very long book. Each book is about 700 pages, and I'm on towards the end of the second book, and god damn, it's like heavy stuff. So if you're so inclined, you can totally read that book. It's extremely good, but it's rough. Anyway, one of the books I do think everybody should read is Man in Search of Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And another book is Atlas Shrugged, another heavy book, philosophy book, if you're into that sort of thing, by Ayn Rand. And another really easy, very quick read, very helpful, very happy read is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It sounds very manipulative, but it's not at all. It's really just how to be a person and how to communicate with each other. But anyway, we're going to go in and we're going to try to save Grit Gym. So if you're wanting sweatshirts, swag, anything from us, we're seriously this close to covering payroll, and payroll's tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. But and I think that we'll make it. But if you want anything, go to gritgym.com/shop and we'll be able to fulfill it. And if you're in the Iowa City Coralville area, we'll actually deliver it right to your door. So sweatshirts, t-shirts, that kind of stuff, tumblers. Also, if you want to get signed up for Grit Gym for the virtual training, for our virtual training platform, we've been doing this for a very long time. We beefed it up since then so that we could have more of a personal touch and build some more connectivity into the community and really building that aspect of it and the accountability portion. Because we said for a long time, we want to be known for our expertise, we want to be known for our humor, we want to be known for our accountability, we want to be known for our community within Grit Gym, and because the tribe is just so important to us. Anyway, we've beefed this up and we've tried to make it as best as we possibly can, and there's going to be new stuff coming in the future, but we want to do whatever we can to help you guys out. And I think throughout this whole thing, COVID is probably going to be there's probably going to be, there's always the good and the bad, right? Like the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of histories, there's usually something good that came out of it. Like think of a breakup, a heartbreak that you went through in your past, where it's like you look back at it and you're like, man, I'm so glad that happened. At the time it was awful, but I'm so glad now that it happened. And I think that maybe we'll be able to look back at part of this and say that's because I'll say one thing about this is you can tell the personal trainers, the strength coaches, the gyms that are going to bat for you right now, they're the people that were always working their butts off to help you out. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep on working our butts off to try to help you out as best we can. To get signed up with us, you're helping us out. It's a win-win. This is the thing about signing up at Grit Gym. It is an absolute win. You win, we win. We get to stay in business, help you out more and reach out and help more people. And then you get all the benefits of the exercise and the expertise that we've been building for, I've been studying this stuff since 1997 and I'm crazy. So there's that. But anyway, if you want to get signed up, dial 319-855-7768. Thank you for your support, guys. It's been overwhelming. The people in the Grit Gym tribe are tops. All right, later.